Avi, can I ask one quick question?
Yeah.
For the 30 minutes time frame, when you're looking at it, let's say on silver or, uh, on a higher time frame, when you want to decide about the exit, your exit rules in general,
Mhm.
do you switch to lower time frame or do you keep it on the 30?
I keep it on the 30. So, for example, if I was to catch this long here, I would target this
Yes.
area for the major partial. I'd take off 80% of the position right there. Because you can see, just look to the left and there's resistance right there.
Yeah.
So that's one
Perfect.
very simple way, just looking to the left. But I'll show you something else.
And the
Um,
7.5 will be in this case sorry, I cannot see the 2.5 would be in this case the your stop, or you would put it just a bit
uh,
below,
the stop, I usually just put it right below the entry candle.
just
So
below. Okay,
candle better be
perfect.
small when I enter it, ideally, otherwise it can't enter. So yeah, that's how I do it. Very simple. Just look to the left and you find it. So over here, if you're able to catch
Yeah.
this little breakout, looking to the left, that's your resistance zone. So that's where you put your target. In this one I caught today, there's nothing to the left. There's nothing up there. So what it is, just use a measured move. So you have the top here and the bottom here. So measure that distance. Be a little conservative, and that it put me, I think, about here, 89.30 or something. Actually, look at that, I just got there. I put the target at 89, just a little conservative, just a measured move, and that's it. Just
Yeah,
leave it.
it's a measure move of $2 exactly. Let's say
Yeah,
because between 84 and 86, and then 86 to 88,
yeah. I
these
count.
are two measure moves.
Yeah, measured move. It got me at about 89, but yeah, that's it. So if you don't have anything to the left, just measure it out, and that's it. So I'm not really fussed about targets. What I'm really fussed about is risk. Once I put the risk on, I want the stop ideally tight. So it should be a small candle. I put the stop right on the other side of the entry candle. And then as it goes in my favor and it's really departed the entry area, I bring the stop into break even. And that's it. Then my job is done. After that, it either stops me with no loss or it hits a target and you make money. That's all there is. I don't want to do anything more than that. I find that doing things this way is also much, much more profitable, especially on a bigger time frame, like 30-minute. I mean, people do this on the 60 even. That's more like swing trading. Let's say maybe I'll move to the 60 for the futures market. But really,
Yeah,
that's it. You don't need much else. You just don't.
amazing.
And with this sort of thing, I'll tell you, you can make money on a 20% win rate. Really, 10 trades and you lose eight of them, and two of them work. It's fine. You still make money because you're not diluting your position by taking partials and stuff. You're just letting the runners really run. And the losers are small. Very rarely do you take a full stop out because you're trailing the price if it goes in your favor after you enter. You're trailing it, and then you bring it off to break even. But while you're trailing it, let's say you had 1 hour, and then you trail it. Now it's at half hour. Sometimes you stop out at half hour. And a lot of my trades, actually, in the sim at least so far, have ended up that way. Lots of half-hour stops, lots of break-even stops, and then a couple like this one that just run, and no big deal. It's very, again, stress-free, and it's very detached. You just let it
Makes
go.
sense. Yes, thank you, Avi. And with regards to your position sizing on your entries, do you try to go in the beginning, let's say, even with less contracts, and then by the time you see that it does a breakout, you go full size position? You
Not
wait, I mean, for a confirmation, or you have your predetermined size and you go full directly with it.
And nowadays, I'm just doing the predetermined size and just put that on. When I was doing the one
Mhm.
chart with options, I was doing things like scaling in, and that was
Yeah,
okay. It worked for those sorts of things. That's a different environment completely. But for this, yeah, I'm not bothered. I don't. There's no advantage to scaling in, to my opinion, with what I'm trying to do here. What I'm really doing very aggressively is trailing the price while there's risk on the table. I'm only trailing it up to the point where there's no risk, and that's it. Then I leave it at no risk. That's what I'm most interested in. Not so bothered about scaling in. Not these days.
okay. Thank you, Avi. Yeah, I think the same. Sometimes just to take a confirmation, and then I always go with the predetermined size.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. It's mentally less draining, and the less work you have to do, the less drained you are, then the less stupid decisions you make. Put it that way. especially when you're dealing with leverage products and time decay and zero DT, all that stuff. Whoa, that gets heavy. That's the reason I stepped away from all of that. It was great. I've made tons of money out of that. I don't have to take a single trade this year or next year if I don't want to. But to continue doing that is just burnout. You really do burn out. I burnt out 3 times last year. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Thank you,
Anyways,
Avi. Thank you.
yeah.
That was very clear, very helpful.
No problem.